defense played on New York and Las Vegas last two games. A lot of intensity every single play. Did you carry that into the beginning of this game?
Yeah, I mean, we dropped two. We knew we didn't want to drop three, so today was just a attention to detail. Fortunately, we played them. We knew what their game plan was last time, and we were prepared for it today.
Lila? There was a moment there after, Nikisha hit that three where, he hit that handshake at that point. You guys were all, celebrating. It seemed like generally you guys were really re-energized after that break. How did that moment kind of just speak to just how re-energized you guys were after having a break, like the energy you guys played over there?
I mean, after being in Vegas for one game on the West Coast, a long trip, and to be back home, whenever we're home, it always energizes us. Like I said, we had dropped the last two, so it was really about us today and coming out from the jump and bringing the energy.
Jacqueline?
In terms of the defensive adjustment from last time they played, typically what kind of people way out the game from Tiffany and also
We here today? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we really didn't change too much. I think it was more so just, relocking in with the game plan. We had a lot of lapses last game on what we were doing. But, we were prepared. Tip and T did a great job. I mean, we're talking about the league leading scorer out here. So, it's not an easy job by any means. So, huge credit to them for that.
what do you guys think of Olivia Nelson-Mendoza and the role she played over the last couple of weeks?
You could just stay in the locker room.
That would have been great too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see her getting more and more comfortable and confident. This is only her second year in the league, and we're asking a lot of her. After losing Breezy, she's had to have a bigger role, as is everybody. But there's a lot of great things that she's doing, and I think each and every game she's improving.
Talking about you.
Hey, I got it. Don't worry. I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, we lost a huge piece. We're still trying to figure out how to play, and then to play two of the top teams in the league back to back was definitely tough. But it doesn't change anything for us. We're just gonna continue to do what we do. We're right up there with them, and it's about getting everybody else confident and comfortable. And postseason is about playing your best basketball, and that's what our goal is.
Yeah.
Can you guys speak to Ty and her confidence and production over the last few games?
Me again? Okay. Yeah.
Address TV and she'll have to answer.
Somebody say
Maybe
anything.
you can answer this one.
I think Ty is going to be a huge piece for us. The more confident she is, the better she is for us. And I think right now it's just about the confidence. We know what type of player she is. We've wanted her in Connecticut for a while, and we're really happy to have her here. So, like I said, it's about her being comfortable, confident, and having games like this really help our players be more comfortable.
Eden, then Lila.
I'll give you a break.
Appreciate you.
You got another great shooting performance today. You're shooting the best you have in your career from one line. Just how do you continue to find ways to improve despite being in the league for as long as you have?
I think this offseason I worked really hard on my 3-point shot, pretty much in the gym every day, and that was a focus to improve. And if I don't shoot it, I pretty much get in trouble. So I just kind of put it up there on the rim, and teammates just telling me to keep shooting because I feel like now that we lost Breezy, it kind of opens up the floor a little bit more and gives us a lot more open looks at the 3-point line. So I'm just shooting with confidence right now. So hopefully it continues.
What did those off-season workouts look like?
Oh man, you're the first person to ask me that. That's funny. Yeah, I was pretty much doing 2-a-days. I was here by myself in Connecticut for probably 3 months. I got injured overseas. I had surgery, and then I came here to recover and do a little rehab. And then I was here for 3 months, and I was doing 2-a-days from that point on. Yeah, with our strength coach Keith and Annalise, I worked on my body a little bit and my conditioning, and it was actually a great time for me because that was the first time in my career that I could actually like work on myself and my shot and my game. So yeah, I was pretty much 2-a-days every day.
She's being modest.
I was
Very modest.
Lila?
DB, something I talked about just pregame, how you guys spent a lot of time in practice, just, working on the defense in that first quarter. You guys held Seattle to 17.6% shooting from the field. Just how did that, everything you guys did in practice carry over then into setting that tone defensively to start the game?
I think credit to our coaches because they watched the video and the film, but as far as the team, I think we do a lot of brainstorming. We kind of figure things out on the fly because you may play a team like Vegas who has 2 bigs and you have to figure out which matchup is what because, honestly, I'm not a post player in this league. I have played the post, but it's some big ones out there that I can't guard, so just trying to figure it out on the fly and how we're going to scheme to beat this team or the next team because we knew Jewel was the key to this, so the focus was her. Maybe next game, Della Dunn, whoever plays, it's different teams, different focuses. So I think that our coaches do a good job in putting us in positions to be successful for that night.
Mark?
Hey, AT, first off, congrats on the dub. Sorry, first of all. Secondly, so much of the offense this year is read and react and really trying to take what the defense gives you. When you have a game like this where things are working so well, it feels like every decision you guys make, especially the first half, is the right one. Where do you take from, when you have games that aren't like that? How do you kind of try and find the balance with that? And what clip tonight that you think you can really carry over and move forward?
Yeah, we're still working on it. Like you said, we have nights where it's not clicking. But the biggest thing is about us reading the defense, and we're all playing different positions now. We're kind of adjusting to how we have been started the season. So it's really about learning our teammates, learning the offense. But like you said, everything was going well for us, and I think it was a great confidence booster for us. And hopefully we can continue this energy when it's not going well.
Going off that too, it feels like especially with you playing the 5 more, you and Tip have really been starting to find something a little bit out of pick and roll. What is that dynamic kind of been like? I'm just getting to know her anymore.
Yeah, Tip and I, we played overseas a while back, so we have played together before. But I think we're still, reiterating ourselves with me playing at the 5 now. But I think I'm picking up more on her tendencies as well as her picking up on mine, and I think that's what this offense is all about.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Last one? Honestly, said that Dawn's being modest.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, she had surgery, and even though she was doing 2-a-days, a lot of her workouts when it was on court was with one hand. So she really, really worked hard. By no means was it easy, as is any injury is hard to come back from. A lot of frustrating days for her, where it wasn't feeling right, where she was, frustrated with her shot, but she's out there with us and she's still working through it. But she, like you said, she's shooting the ball very well, and I'm super proud of how hard she worked.
Oh, thank you. That was nice.
That's so nice. All right, we'll end it there.
You see how I'm nice?
After you
Yeah.
bump me out the way.
I got punched.
Thank you.
We have head coach Stephanie White. We'll hold for opening statement and then raise your hand if you have any questions, please.
Proud of our group, certainly being down in numbers. We wanted to make sure that everybody was ready to go and stepped up, and everybody did. I think, just it really shows just the depth of our team, but I also think just the character of our team to step up in moments when we know that we need to have each other's back, to rally for each other and for their teammates. I'm proud of the effort, the way we started the ball game, and I'm thankful that our bench got a lot of quality minutes because that's going to pay dividends for us in this second half of the season.
Questions? Mark, go ahead.
First off, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
With how much of the offense offenses read and react. And when you have a night like tonight where it felt like every decision made in the first half was the right ones, what do you take from that when you compare to games where, like, obviously I know it's personnel based to a degree, but like when it doesn't go that way, what do you kind of take from tonight that was a positive in that way?
I think the biggest thing is that they were really assured in everything that they did. You know, whether it was cuts, passes, shots, there wasn't a lot of hesitation. You know, really deliberate in our actions. You know, part of that is we had time to practice. You know, we finally had time, a couple days to practice. We knew what we were looking for. We were able to get shots out of the actions that we wanted to and be really intentional the last 2 days about what we wanted to get. So, you know, that and the carryover. I think the other thing is just starting to play a little bit more free, starting to see when things are coming to them, and to get a little more creative. And so we can go to the film and we can show just the difference in when we're hesitant and unsure, and when we're sure and intentional about everything that we're doing. And I thought it was really good, and it was positive to see because those are the steps we want to take.
As a follow-up too, this is incredibly random, but just about this time last year, you were doing a game covering the Sun, and you interviewing DB at halftime, and now obviously DB's having one of the best seasons of her career. What has it been like just kind of being around her, getting to witness who she is at this stage? I know obviously you coached against her before, and now you are coaching her. So is there something you maybe learned about DB this year that you didn't expect to, or just kind of anything?
Yeah, I just, you know, it's a bit surreal, I think, going from that moment, you know, interviewing her to being here. You know, wouldn't have really foreseen that happening. But, you know, you always, when you're watching players and you're scouting players, when they're, you know, the opponents, you know, you're always thinking about, you know, what you have to do to defend them and what they bring, you know, to the table. But you don't really get a sense of who they are. And, you know, I think one of the greatest blessings for me has just been, you know, this group that, you know, I feel like sometimes they're misunderstood. I think it's sometimes, you know, that you always know that they're going to compete and they're going to play hard and they're gritty and they're tough. But, you know, DB's a great leader. There are often times where I don't have to say anything because she steps in and she says what needs to be said, whether it's, you know, just attention to detail, intensity, execution, you know, and she still has gas in the tank. You know, I think that's the other thing. It's she still has gas in the tank, and just putting her in positions, you know, feeding her confidence. I tell her all the time, like, you can't pass up shots. Like, stop passing up shots. You know, she's overthinking sometimes. But the biggest thing is just how hard she works and how good of a leader she is, and a good communicator and a great person, a great human being. You know, I'm thankful that, like, our kids get to play together and, you know, all of those things, because at the end of the day, you know, yes, we want to win ball games. That's our goal. That's our job. But it's about building relationships and relationships that last beyond the game. And I'm just thankful that I've been able to do that with her and with this group.
You know, you mentioned just the work that you guys did, you know, on defense throughout the time that you know, had off. Just, you know, what are your thoughts on defensive effort tonight, and, you know, especially in that, you know, first half, being able to hold them, you know, under 20%, you know, in that first quarter, and just really being able to build that lead and take control of the game behind your defensive effort?
I thought it was outstanding. You know, we really challenged our group to from the beginning be disciplined. Be disciplined in terms of our activity level, ball pressure, point of attack on on-ball screens, you know, rotations, to have a high level of communication, you know, everything from our closeouts to our rotations, and then to finish in the play. And I thought we came out with a great intensity level. Our execution was really good. It led to us getting easy opportunities in offense, which then, you know, fuels your confidence. So I was really pleased with our defensive effort in the first half, especially.
Going off of that, you mentioned that the small ball lineup defensively can be really versatile and really disruptive over the last couple of games since you guys have not had Breezy. So how have you seen that, like, kind of play out, and especially tonight with Jewel Lloyd in the first half?
It gives us some opportunities to switch a little bit more. We're a little bit quicker on the perimeter when we're in different coverages, rotating, you know, getting to the next guy, the next player. more active hands, a little bit more length on the perimeter with DB and Beck in particular. But at times, as you've seen, the couple of games before this, sometimes it hurts us in terms of our interior defense. But it really depends on the matchup. For us, we knew that we needed to run Seattle off the three-point line, and we needed to make them hit tough contested twos, and we also had to be able to finish plays. And so, our game plan was built for a smaller lineup here today, and it really depends on the matchup. But I do like what we're doing. I like that we're continuing to build our depth. I like that we're able to experiment with different lineups and different coverages.
This team has been really paint heavy in the past couple of years, and tonight you still had a lot of points in the paint, but it seemed like a lot of that came from like driving and kickouts and stuff like that. So how have you kind of seen that paint identity like either adjust or evolve in the last few weeks?
I think it's just different. Instead of pounding it in the paint with a post entry pass or offensive rebound putbacks, which we still want to do, it is more off of just getting to the rim, getting out in transition, getting easy opportunities. If we get layups, whether it's in the full court or the half court, then we force defensive rotations. Then we open it up for jump shots. When we're in rotation, it gives us a better opportunity to offensive rebound. So I think it's just the lane is more open with how we're running offense right now, so it gives our downhill drivers more opportunities to get into the paint.
Hey, Coach. I asked Delana and listened to this earlier, but it seemed like, especially after the Liberty game and the Vegas game, especially with Brown going down, a lot of people were counting you out from outside looking in the course. Do you feel like there's an extra chip on the shoulder, on the team shoulder with that, after that? Is that kind of what fueled and motivated probably performance tonight too?
I don't know if it's an extra chip. I mean, they probably would give you a better answer for that. I think at the end of the day, it's just this is a competitive group. This is a group that has been successful. And so to be counted out when you've been, a team that's had one of the best records in the league for multiple years in position to compete for a championship for multiple years, no matter what the circumstance, to be counted out, it just raises your competitive fire. I don't think we need any outside motivation other than every day we want to compete and be our best, and every day we want to position ourselves to win ball games and to be in position to play for a championship. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I know from my perspective, we just want to keep being the best that we can be night in and night out. Wins and losses then take care of themselves.
A little bit ago, you mentioned your team being kind of misunderstood. How would you characterize this?
I think this is a tough, gritty, edgy, competitive group. There are certain players that you hate playing against and certain teams that you hate playing against, but when you're a part of them, you love them. And I think that's one of the great things about sport. Some people and some teams we love to hate, regardless of why. But I just think that they're tough, they're gritty, they're edgy, they're competitive, and it shows in how they play.
Do you have anybody in your career that you're like, oh, I really hate playing with this person, but then
Plenty of players that you hate playing against. But again, it's like, those are the ones. It's like, oh man, I would love to be their teammate. I would love to be on the same team. I hate being on the opposite team, but yeah, and it's just these guys are a joy. They really are a joy to coach. They work incredibly hard. We're going to go through ups and downs, but it's a connected team, and connected teams always have opportunities to win.
any other questions? Lila, last question.
Seattle started that, third quarter on, 7-0 run, and it seemed like Tiffany Hayes really stepped up. You guys offensively there, both, with her passing and then her scoring there as well. Could you speak a little bit just on her vision tonight? It seemed like she had, a bunch of no-look passes there, and then kind of at that point in the third had a bunch of really big passes there, whether it was, finding Thomas or finding, Natisha for that, big three that, got the crowd really into it.
Yeah, I think that Tip's just making the right play. She's one of the best ever to play in this league at getting downhill and get to the rim. And, you know, when you're young, you get downhill and you get to the rim and get layups and get free throws. When you become a veteran in the league, you start to understand how teams are rotating and find the next pass, find the next play. You know, and I think that it opened up for Tip tonight, and that's good because we need that. We need that from her, and we need that for her. And she just made the right plays, made the right reads, found her open teammates, and her teammates knocked down shots.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.